These aren't just random NFL stars. They're switching teams this offseason. And first, Stefon Diggs' move would have him copying NFL legends. See, people instantly started speculating about where Diggs would play when the Patriots released him after just one season, and funny clips like this came out.
You've got too many baby mamas, and you're a 32-year-old receiver who can't catch passes in the playoffs. I gotta cut you. Coach, I'm the best receiver you got. This isn't a f***ing negotiation, Stefon.
But alright, even though fans fantasized about him playing for their favorite team like the Bengals, Jets, or the Cowboys, only one team made complete sense: the Ravens. Not only is Diggs familiar with their color scheme and looked dope in it since he already rocked purple with the Vikings, he literally grew up a Ravens fan since he was born in Maryland where they play, and even went to college in that state. I mean, that's why he literally told the Ravens he wanted him to draft him in the first place. So knowing all that, fans and former players were telling him to come home and definitely wanted to see the move happen. Besides, Diggs joining the Ravens would finally give Lamar Jackson someone reliable to throw to, and he'd be a part of an elite group of legendary receivers like Deshaun Jackson, Dez Bryant, OBJ, and DeAndre Hopkins, who were all stars and ended up playing for them at the end of their careers. But Kyler Murray's move this offseason could involve a completely different sport. The Cardinals already made it clear they didn't want him as their quarterback and dropped his ass. So once rumors came out about where he'd play next, the Jets were the first team that popped up, which suck ass. So I was thinking,
No.
regardless, it seems like people would rather see him play for the Vikings, a team Kyler has connections with and desperately needs a quarterback.
Good situation for him and where he could thrive, especially Minnesota.
Now, it wasn't just sports shows predicting he'd go there. His former teammate posted about how pairing him with Justin Jefferson would be scary. Then fans found clips of him and JJ acting like friends, old tweets of Kyler cheering for the Vikings, and a moment where he revealed his favorite team growing up.
I like the Vikings when I grow up.
But as likely as it seems that Kyler will end up wearing this new jersey next season, people also realize that he could actually end up saying screw football overall. Like, did you even know Mans was drafted to the MLB before the NFL? He was originally going to play for the Athletics, and now, not only does he still have the chance to switch sports, that team who drafted him just said they're open to him returning. Kyler playing with wooden balls next year would be insane.
All right, this is me.
That's what he was talking about.
But another star is only making a move this offseason, after losing over $100 million. That happened to Trey Hendrickson, who was the absolute best player on the Bengals defense, who recently had one of the craziest seasons by any defensive lineman in years. But even though sports analysts agreed he deserved a contract worth over $100 million, he never got it, which eventually made him start looking at other teams when he recently became a free agent, like the Colts. Not only did news come out that the Colts actually tried getting him the year prior, the team also hired Trey's former defensive line coach from the Bengals. And with the Colts already finishing 15th in sacks last season, adding Trey would instantly make their D-line unstoppable.
But they still need to fix that edge rush position, and who better to do that than Trey Hendrickson, who is currently unhappy playing in Cincinnati, where he's been happy for some time.
Once Colts fans heard that, the fans tried speaking the move into existence by seeing how good Trey would look in their jersey, because they knew their team had the ability to offer him a contract he deserved worth over $100 million. But alright, that will be a smart move. Unlike another player move this offseason that's not only confusing to me, it's making an entire organization look stupid. And ironically, that's the Seahawks, which sounds crazy considering they just won the Super Bowl. Their running back Kenneth Walker literally just helped carry them to glory, won MVP of the game, and has been dominant for their squad for years. But when it was announced that the Seahawks weren't trying to pay him and let him hit free agency, NFL world was stunned, from people wondering what the hell the Seahawks were doing and saying their dynasty is ending the second it got started, to posting about how without Walker they wouldn't have won the Super Bowl. Nobody could believe what they were thinking, especially when he was immediately linked to joining the Chiefs. Yeah, I hated reading that too, because a good running back has been one of the few things holding them back from being overpowered and winning like the last 10 Super Bowls. And to make the situation worse, that's why when the Chiefs heard that he was available, they instantly traded another top player of theirs to free up $14 million in cap space, the exact amount that Walker's expected to cost in free agency.
Chase, if you're Kenneth Walker, which teams should be after you in free agency?
Well, Graz, you teased with it. It's the Chiefs. Look, they got Patrick Mahomes. They have the weapons. They have everything that they need. They've struggled to actually get the run game going. They're losing two guys this year. They're going to need somebody like Kenneth Walker, not only in between the tackles, but someone who's a speed threat that can take vertical down the football field. And he's a much better catcher of the football out of the backfield.
Signs kept pointing towards the Chiefs adding Walker to make their offense even better, and just seeing him in that jersey has already given me visions of him dominating with them. But Deebo Samuel's move this offseason involves some of the most devastating moments in recent history. It's all because of what happened to not one, not two, but three players on the 49ers. First, after Ricky Pearsall was robbed and shot. Although he thankfully survived and had a decent season last year, it's still taking him a bit to get back to the level of production people expect. Then second, Brandon Ayuk was supposed to be their star receiver until he started feeling like the team was giving up on him and was seen speeding over 100 miles an hour past the 49ers stadium for no reason and eventually got his contract voided by the team.
But I'd say it officially stopped for me when the last time I tried to get a hold of him and couldn't, and then tried a couple more times and still couldn't. And then that matched everyone else that was trying to get a hold of him and couldn't. And eventually, there's not much of an explanation because it's really hard for us and anyone else to understand. And that's why it's something I've never seen in 22 years of coaching.
After that, I didn't think things could get any worse for the 49ers. Until the third player was star George Kittle, who suffered a torn Achilles and is expected to miss the majority of next season. So now with bad things happening to three of their best offensive weapons, on top of their best receiver last year, Juwan Jennings, also now being a free agent, everything started pointing out towards a reunion with free agent Deebo Samuel. Not only did he have the best years of his career there while pretty much being the team leader and is known to absolutely love playing for them, he struggled and didn't play well with the Commanders when he switched teams. And nowadays, there were some recent hints dropping about him possibly returning, like when he was partying with the team during Super Bowl weekend, and when Kittle sounded like he had some insider information or something.
Message for Niners fans. Hey, if a reload year got us 13 wins and a win in the wild card, that's pretty good. It's only gonna get a little bit better from that. And all the boys are coming back again. And who knows, we might add some past friends. Past friends.
Wow, who we talking?
I don't know, I hung out with Deebo last night, that was fun.
You like that?
I love Deebo, are you kidding
You want
me?
him back on the Niners?
I love Deebo, that's all, I love Deebo.
We'll keep it at that.
Now, as real as he made it seem, nobody actually had to pretend this time of what could happen by making jersey swaps for this man, cause, everyone could easily see him doing what he used to by once again leading the team up for week 1 next to a dude with a huge speaker on his shoulder. But arguably the craziest move this offseason is about to make a team unstoppable. See, the Bills are almost already unbeatable with their group of pretty mid pass catchers. And with Josh Allen damn near being able to carry them with talent like that, everyone felt like they're just a few receivers away from making the Super Bowl, and we're gonna make crazy moves this offseason.
We have breaking news out of the NFL. According to Adam Schefter, wide receiver DJ Moore is being traded to the Buffalo Bills.
Oh my god. As I was making this video, news literally popped up on my screen about DJ Moore being traded to the Bills, which finally gives Josh some help and completes one of the 2 moves they wanted to make. Because once future Hall of Famer Mike Evans became a free agent this offseason, the Bills didn't just show interest in signing him, they perfectly matched his criteria. Evans wanted a quarterback he believes in? Check. Evans wanted a chance at another Super Bowl? Check. He also wanted a good offensive coordinator, which they just signed? Check. Then finally, he wanted to get lots of targets, and knowing how that offense plays? Definitely check. Alright, now while everyone realized that, and while fans already knew how good he looked in that red, white, and blue Pro Bowl jersey and put him in a real Bills jersey to see the fit, I just want to see how well he fits with Josh Allen, who needs to win a damn ring for once, which is likely to happen if Evans joins them since not only did he already win one before, a move like that would make them unstoppable.